I read from the FBI's Office of the Inspector General report, which was publicly released in June 2006. In this section of the chapter, the report describes background information relevant to the interactions between the CIA and the FBI and the ways in which they exchanged intelligence. The chapter begins with a discussion of the CIA's authority and mission, organization, forms of communication, and ways in which the CIA passed intelligence to the FBI. It also discusses the role of the FBI's employees who were detailed to work at the CIA. The section I'm reading from is Chapter 5, 2 September 11 Hijackers, Khalid, Al-Mihdhar, Nawaf, Al-Hazmi. Chapter 2, Part B, Background on the CIA. The work of the CIA is conducted primarily through three directorates: the Directorate of Operations, the Directorate of Intelligence, and the Directorate of Science and Technology. Each is led by a deputy director. Below, the report briefly describes the relevant structure and positions within each directorate. A. Directorate of Operations. The Directorate of Operations is responsible for the clandestine collection of foreign intelligence. This takes place in field offices known as stations. Smaller cities may have bases, which are sub-offices of the stations. Operations officers, also known as case officers, are responsible for collecting intelligence through contacts with human sources and through the use of technology. Collection management officers, also known as reports officers, are responsible for taking raw intelligence reported by the operations officers and removing from it the information that reveals the source, method of collection, or other sensitive information. The reports officers publish intelligence information in a form that can be made available to the intelligence community. The head of a station or base is usually an operations officer and is known as a chief of station or chief of base. Stations and bases are usually grouped by geographic division and report to the chief of the geographic division at CIA headquarters. Within the geographic division at CIA headquarters are staff operations officers or desk officers who provide operational research, advice, and other forms of case management support to the officers in the field. The CIA's Counterterrorist Center, which is based in the Directorate of Operations, but which draws on all CIA resources, is charged with preempting and disrupting international terrorism. The CTC is staffed by managers, analysts, operations officers, desk officers, and reports officers. The CTC collects and analyzes strategic intelligence on terrorist groups and state sponsors of terrorism to ascertain the capabilities, sources of support, and likely targets of terrorist elements, and to furnish detailed information on terrorist-related intelligence to the intelligence community. At the time of the events relevant to our review, the CTC operated a unit that we call the Bin Laden Unit that dealt exclusively with issues related to the Al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden. The Bin Laden Unit was later merged into a larger group in the CTC. Although staffing levels fluctuated, approximately 40 to 50 people worked within the Bin Laden Unit before September 11, 2001. The Bin Laden Unit was known as a virtual station because it operated from within CIA headquarters, but collected and operated against a subject, much as stations in the field focus on a country. B. Directorate of Intelligence. The Directorate of Intelligence, the analytical branch of the CIA, is responsible for the production and dissemination of timely, accurate, and objective intelligence analysis on foreign policy issues. It focuses analysis on key foreign countries, regional conflicts, and issues such as terrorism and narcotics trafficking. The Directorate of Intelligence is primarily composed of analysts who concentrate on particular areas of expertise. For example, intelligence analysts are assigned a particular geographic region to monitor the leadership, motivations, plans, and intentions of foreign governments in relation to U.S. national security interests. Additionally, counterterrorism analysts stationed in the CTC produce a range of long-term intelligence products about terrorist organizations and provide tactical analytical support to intelligence operations. C. Directorate of Science and Technology. The Directorate of Science and Technology is responsible for creating and applying technology in support of the intelligence collection mission. It employs a broad range of professionals, including computer programmers, engineers, scientists, and linguists. How the CIA's collection and internal dissemination of information happens. Official internal communications between entities within the CIA are normally conducted by an electronic communication known as a cable. Cables are addressed to the stations, offices, or units within an office from which some action is expected. Information acceptable for sharing with a foreign government service is put into a section of a cable called a tier line. The passing of intelligence information by the CIA to the FBI goes as follows. The CIA shares intelligence with the rest of the intelligence community through a communication known as a TD, telegraphic dissemination. TDs can be sent to other intelligence community agencies, including the FBI, and are available to the intelligence community through the Interlink system. Another type of intelligence report used by the CIA when conducting business with other agencies is a CIR, or Central Intelligence Report. CIRs are used for disseminating information to a specific agency or group of agencies. CIRs to the FBI normally concern something occurring in the United States involving a U.S. person or an ongoing FBI investigation. In addition to formal methods of communicating by the CIA to the FBI, much information can be shared with the FBI informally. CIA and FBI employees who have similar positions and expertise develop relationships and communicate informally while working together on related matters, either by secure telephones or in person. In addition, meetings are sometimes held to discuss a matter or a piece of intelligence that is of value to both agencies. According to the CIA employees we interviewed, when the CIA passed intelligence information or other kinds of information verbally or by another informal mechanism to the FBI, the information exchange normally would be documented through a TD or a CIR. However, they said that not every telephone call or conversation was documented.